Curse of the Jenri by Stephanie Barr. Narration by Justin Thomas James.
What you looking at, Melded?
Melded spun around, the spear he'd been leaning on instantly at his assailant's throat. Years of experience held back Melded's hand before he actually killed Timon.
What in the name of Bastards Blackheart are you doing sneaking up on me? You want to get yourself killed? And it's Captain Melded to you.
Ah, Melded, don't be sore. You've been standing out here for more than an hour. Me and the boys just want to know what you're looking for.
Melded paused, considering several rude and vicious responses that included a well-deserved buffet on the head. Instead, he shrugged. Timon was his recently killed brother's only boy, and, if he hadn't the smarts of a local fern, he was skilled with a dagger. Melded turned his eyes back outward through the iron gate. He searched the outlying wooded areas again, his ears straining for the sound of an errant footfall, his nose sampling the air to detect an odd scent. All he smelled, of course, was his unwashed nephew. He sighed.
I'm looking for her.
Timon peered between the bars at the green blur of forest beyond, empty of anything but trees. Given Timon's eyesight, he might not have even seen the bars.
Who?
Melded clouted him on the back of the head with his fist.
Timon, why are we here?
Rayleigh paid us.
Melded shook his head.
No, stupid. Do you remember us snatching that big hulking son of a bitch and bringing him here?
Oh, that bastard. I wish Rayleigh'd let me kill him.
Well, yes. You saw how easily he killed 4 of us,
Melded reproved, still inwardly amazed. He did so after Merlo had all but knocked him out with a spell that killed Cricky just standing next to him. And the behemoth was drunk off his gourd at the time.
It was damn dumb luck, that's all. He killed my pa with a dirty blow. He cheated.
Melded stared at Timon, dumbfounded. True, Melded was a mercenary, but he couldn't see how their victim could have cheated by defending himself when he'd been blindsided by magic and set upon by more than 20 rogues. It was too much like thievery, or something equally dishonest for Melded's tastes, but you can't eat if you don't get paid, and Rayleigh paid pretty well.
My point is, that bastard can fight like 10 regular men, if not more.
So?
So he ain't alone. He's married to a Jenri. Rayleigh don't think she'll come to get him, but me, I know she will.
So what? You ain't a theatre no female, are you?
Like never I'm not. If you had any brains in your head at all, you'd be scared shitless yourself. Didn't you hear me, idiot? She's a Jenri. You saw how he can fight, and you bet his wife fights just as well, if not better.
In a pig's eye.
Melded shook his head and resisted the urge to cloud him again. No sense in shaking up his miniature brain any more than strictly necessary.
Timon, don't you know nothing about the Jenri?
Them old wives' tales.
Do I look like an old wife to you? Let me tell you, they fight worse than demons, and they sling spells like sorcerers. They can come up behind you, soft as smoke, and loose 5 arrows afore the first strikes, and not miss with one of them.
You may not look like an old wife, Melded, but you sure sound like one, chortled Timon, only to have his laughter cut off with Melded's blow. Perhaps sloshing that puny brain might be of some use.
You really don't know nothing, do ya? Melded asked, shaking his head. When I was young and stupid, though probably not as stupid as you, I saw 4 Jenri come to the fair. At first, I didn't see nothing but their lean bodies and short tunics, just like all the other young fools. But they didn't have to fight no crowds to reach no vendor, and the most hardened huckster slashed his prices without haggling. I thought I knew everything, that all those stories were hogwash. Some say the Jenri'd know a lie when they heard it. Some say they'd kill a man for pleasure. Some say their souls were sold to the dark forces and that's why they was cursed with no son for 100 generations. Some say their souls were sold for coin alone, assassins for whoever parted with silver. I scoffed at most of them. Then I saw them fight in exhibition for gold, Jenri against Jenri. Their blades flashing like fireflies too fast to see, women in blue-green leather, their jewelry glowing as they danced with the steel in the sun.
Melded halted his reverie and noticed he had finally gotten Timon's attention.
I didn't know what's true, what ain't. Still don't. But I knew I didn't want no Jenri for an enemy.
Timon furrowed his low brow in monumental concentration.
And now you got one.
You think I don't know that, you dip? Why in nether do you think I'm out here, peering out into nothing, hoping to get some inkling of whether or not that nevercat is coming to cut me balls off?
Timon seemed taken aback by that.
They cut your balls off? Oh, for bastard's sake, will you get back inside? You're making my head swim with your foolishness, and I have to keep a clear head.
All right, Melded, all right, Timon demurred, backing off. But mark my words, that ain't a bitch born that I'm afeard of.
As Timon's footsteps faded away on the uneven cobbles, Melded sighed and shook his head.
Idiot. We're screwed if she comes alone. Bastard himself couldn't save us if she brings other Jenri to help her.
Once more, Melded scanned the landscape, hoping for a sign that she was there, that she watched. But there was nothing. So he turned and stomped back to the barracks. They would come. Beyond the gate, dappled with sifted sunlight, there was only the unbroken sea of green. Just ferns, trees, and Layla.